Hello and welcome back to another episode of Python Basics on Pydroid 3 with your boy Melusi Makola. In this lesson, we will continue where we left off on our previous episode. If you haven't watched it, you can find it on my channel under Python Basics on Pydroid 3, episode 2. This is episode 3. Let's get coding. Today, we will be looking at, since like I said, we'll be continuing where we left off. So we never did conditional statements and loops and loops. Here's our lesson structure. You can find 1, 2, 3, 4 on episode 2, and today we will be beginning from conditional statements. We will use some of the basic operators since we didn't go into details with most of them. They will be used here on our conditional statements. Let's go. Conditional statement. First up, we have the if statement. An if statement checks a condition and executes a block of code if the condition is true. So an if statement it checks. It's like a gatekeeper. It checks if a condition is met, and if the condition is not met, it will what it does next will depend on that. It's either it executes the code or it does not execute the code. It all depends on if the condition is met. That's why it's called a conditional statement. Syntax of an if statement in Python. Here is the syntax right here. If you look at this, so it's if, then you write your condition, then you have your colons. That's how you use an if statement. Let me show you here properly. If, oh sorry, caps lock. If, let's say, game on, if game underscore on is equals to print on. So what I've done here is I've created a condition. This right here, like we did on the previous video, this is a variable, and I am assigning a boot. This is the assignment operator, and I'm assigning a boolean value to this variable. This, yes. So here we check if this condition is true. Here we are checking. Here it's basically if game on is equals to true, then you print. Oh, let's check that out. Let's run this. The game is on. Did you see that? Because the game is on. Let's say the game is not on. The condition is not met. So here it's false, and here we are checking again if game on is true. Print game on. nothing printed because the game is not on. So that's why it's called a conditional statement. This is from episode 2. You can find these notes on my GitHub. I'll leave the link on the descriptions below. I wanted something here to reference something here. Let me just, here, let's start here. Boolean. Booleans as values representing truth and falsehood. That's what a Boolean value is. It represents true or false. So it doesn't matter in what form you put it in, as long as you follow the Python syntax, and the output of whatever condition you are setting has to end up with a true or a false to make it conditional. Let's go. There's also some conditional operators. Comparison, actually. Yes. On the previous example, I had used this one. Checking if two values are equal. Checking if two values are equal. And this is not equals to. Checking if two values are not equals. Then the greater than. We also have the greater than or equals to comparison. Less than or equals to. We could also try these ones out. Let me start with not equals to. Yeah. So if game on is not equals to true, print game on. Boom, the game is back on. Because the condition, again, like I said, has been met. Game on is not equals to true. It is not. So these two are not the same because game on is false. But if we use two equal signs, it checks if they are equals to each other. It's checking if they are equals. Here it's checking if they are not equals to each other. And it is true, they are not. So game on is printed. With the greater than or equals to, it is better when we use integers. If 5 is greater than 0, print game on. Game is on because it is true. Let's see about 5 with 5. If 5 is greater than 5, doesn't print anything because this is not true. But this is, if 5 is greater than or equals to 5, print game on. Now I've set two conditions at the same time. It checks if it is greater than and if it is equals to. That's why the game is on this time. So those are the that's the if statement right there, and how it uses the conditional operators, the comparison operators. Sorry about that, guys. The comparison operators. These ones right here, we use to compare. We also have the logical operators. It checks. It also helps with the conditionals, because here you can check for more than one condition at the same time. It can either be checking if either one of them is true or they are both true. Like and, for instance, and checks if both conditions are true, and if at least one of the conditions is false, then AND will return a false. With OR, it checks if at least one condition is true. So if it doesn't matter which one it is, but if at least one of the conditions is true, then it will return it true. And NOT kind of changes the outcome. I wouldn't say change the outcome. I don't know how to put this, but like if it's a true, it negates it, like negating a condition. Like if it's a true, it will be a false. If it's a false, it will be a true. Basically what I'm saying. And this is from episode 2. So please guys check that out. Let's get back to episode 3 stuff. Because we do not have time. We do not have time. No, we do not. My keyboard is broken, so I have to be a bit resourceful, since I'm a coder and all that. Also have another example here. You can play with this one and get back to me. What have I done? What have I done? Oh, that's what I've done. Guys, working with code gets tricky sometimes. That's why like we make so many mistakes here, there, here. Right now I messed up something here. I can't see what it is, but as a coder, like I said, you gotta be resourceful. Ladies and gentlemen. Let me fix it up real quick. You will play with this. I'm not gonna do this one right now, but when you download the nodes, play with this or copy the code and play with it on your Pydroid and see what happens. Let's move on to if else. The if else is like an upgraded version of just the if, because with the if else you can put something else to happen if the first condition was not met. With the if only, you just set if that condition is not met, nothing else happens. That's the end of that. But with the if else, you can set what happens if the first condition is not met. Let's see how they define it here. How we define it, man. An if else statement checks a condition and execute one block of code if the condition is true and another block of code if the condition is false. It's basically what I said. The syntax here. So it's the if is the same as the first one. It's if, then condition, then your colons. And here, don't forget the indentation, guys. In Python, indentation is very important. This should be on the same line as the if. I'll show you now in the examples. Okay, I guess it's about time. So what can we do? Should we use a boolean or numbers? Let's use numbers. Compare two numbers. If 10 is, well, if 10 is less than 12. Wait, man, I'm kind of lazy. Sorry guys, sorry about that. If 10 is less than 12, well, we print it is true. Indeed, it is true. What is true? The 12 is less than. Okay, this is not how this is supposed to be false, so we can run the else. See what I was saying? Same line. Else print it is false. Hey, my keyboard, guys, I don't know what I did, but typing today is hell. Yeah, it is, because everything's mixed up. I press this, but this happens. Press this, but this happens. Man, it is false. What is my space here? If 10 is less than, wait, the 12 was okay. What did I do here, man? And you guys aren't saying anything. Guys, if 10 is less than 12, print it is true. No, this is true. It's not supposed to be true. Okay, sorry about that, guys. If 10 is less than 9, print it is true. Else, print it is false. Let's run this and see what it says. It is false. 10 is not less than 9. What about 12? It is true. 12 is less than 9. It is true. 10 is less than 12. See that? See that? With the else statement, you can execute another block of code if this condition is not met. So if this is false, this runs. But if this is true, we run this. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy, isn't it? Let me maybe leave a note here for you guys. There we go. This will run. And here we have nested if statements. Wait. Nested if statements are if statements inside other if statements. Introduce the syntax of if statements in Python. I'll do that in the example. Okay, let's go. Nested if statements. So if 10 is greater than 2, if 10 is greater than 5, if is greater than 8. Let me put prints everywhere here so you can see how this goes. Print, sorry about that, that keeps happening. Print first if is first condition, let's say first condition is met. Print second condition is met, then print wow. Third is met. Don't panic. Don't panic. We'll start with this one. Well, what did I just do? Met. Wow. Let's go. This is the second condition. Second condition. Condition. Wow, guys. Second condition not. Sorry about that. Not met. So this right here is a nested loop. I mean nested if statements. Sorry about that, guys. Today I'm making a lot of mistakes. I'm not sure if my indentation is proper, but let's run it and find out. So it is true. The it is true is not from this one. It's from up here. I have to make this comment this out real quick. When you can just download this and uncomment all the code that I've written so you can play around with it. Okay, let's go. So the first condition is met, the second condition is met, third condition is met. All the conditions are met. Let's analyze our code. So if 10 is greater than 2, print first condition met. And the first condition was met. If 10 is greater than 5, print second condition met. If 10 is greater than 8, third condition met. So let's put a number that 10 is not greater than and see what happens. First condition not met. Do you see what happened there? Just because the first condition was not met, all the other code did not run. Instead of like going through all of this and printing second condition not met, third condition not met, it just printed first condition not met and ignored all this other code, because the code indented here will not run unless this condition is met. Let me give you another example. So here let's say 15 in the second condition, and let's run that. So it ran the first one and the first condition was met. It ran the second one and the second condition was not met. So because the second condition was not met, it did not run the third one. Are you getting what I'm trying to say here? It does not run the code within this indentation block with here. Yeah, this one right here. This one right here. It does not run this. It does not run this piece of code right here. For that very reason. Because this condition right here was not met. This one right here. That 10 is not greater than 15, so this is a false. So we skip all of this and it goes jump straight here and print second condition not met. That's how nested statements work. Nested if statements work. Let's go to the elif statements. Definition. An elif statement allows us to check multiple conditions without using nested if statements. Okay, so this is an alternative to this. Instead of nesting them, you can just put multiple conditions. The thing with this one is that you have to be careful which condition you put first, because it could just, once that condition runs, then it ignores the rest. So let me just give you an example, just like the first one. Let me just comment this out real quick. Comment. There you go. Sorry about just randomly placing them there. Sorry about that. Hope you guys will forgive me. So an elif statement. Let's go. So the first one is always an if. So you begin with an if. So like if 2 is greater than. Let's make it fun this time. Create a variable, say called in. Okay, man, this is bad exercise. Do not use keywords when naming variables. Be careful of the variable names you choose. Let's say number. Type conversion int. Ouch, my hand. We will use this number for for LFs. It's gonna be cool. You see. So if number is greater than or equal to 10. then elif. So this is how you structure your elif. Then you put your condition here. So I'm gonna say number is smaller than or equals to 9. What can we print out here? Just keep it. You can put as many elifs as you want. Elif number is greater than or equals to 20. Print. I need to get a new keyboard or fix my settings because hey, I've been making a lot of mistakes today. Number is greater than or equals to 20. Then you can close it off with an else so that for all that we did not mention, for all the conditions that we did not include here, this will execute. Print not in our scope. Okay, let's run this, see what happens. Enter a number. Let's start off with single digits of 5. Number is less than or equals to 9. Okay, we'll take that. Run it again. Say 11. Number is greater than 10 or equals to 10. Okay, that's true. Let's say 21. Number is greater than 10 or equals to 10. Oh, 21. Oh, yeah, guys. I made a mistake here. Because if it's greater, I cannot put this in the beginning. I cannot put this condition in the beginning because if I do that, then none of this will run. Because, I mean, this will never run, this one right here. Because the numbers that are bigger than 9 fall into this category. Greater than 10. If number is greater than 10, so like from 10 upwards, all those numbers will fall into this category. Right? This is why I was saying you need to structure this. Sorry about, excuse my laziness, guys. It's just that today, let's change this up. Let's see what happens. I feel like this should also be above that. Let's do that and see what happens. Let's do that and see what happens. This is why it's important to code frequently, guys, because You run into small mistakes that will build you up, that you learn from. Enter a number. So 11, number is greater than or equals to. How is that even possible? Number is greater than or equals to 20. 11. What? Oh, my mistake. I changed the numbers, the conditions, but I didn't change the numbers. So here, it's no longer a 10, it's a 9. It's a 9. Then here it's a 20. It's 20 here. And here is a 10. This is what I was just talking about. If you code frequently, you'll be able to look at your code and see the problem almost instantly. Let's run this again. 11. Number is greater than or equals to 10. True. 2. Number is greater than or equals to 9. It's not greater than. It's less than. Less. Less. Less than. Greater than. Yeah. I make a lot of mistakes, I know. You will get used to it as a code. There you go. I don't think we have any more mistakes. Maybe it's because I rushed to run the program. Number is less than or equals to 9. True. Run again. I have 11. Number is greater than or equals to 10. True. Run again. Number is greater than or equals to 20. True. Okay, here, since I want to limit this, let me use a logical operator. And number is less than or equals to 30. That way we'll see our else function, our else it will execute. So 22, number is greater than. What about 30? 30, number is greater than. Okay, that's true for now. Let's run. It's 55 again. The number is greater than or equals to 10. Oh my god. Let's put an end here as well. Sorry guys, this program is getting, I just want you guys to get this concept. Number. So now basically I'm just controlling where this ranges of mine end so that we can execute the else. Let me say 19 here. 55. Not in our scope. That's what I wanted. See that? See that? See that? That's what I wanted. So here's the code. If number, the number we enter here is greater than 9, we will print number is less than 9 or equals to 9. If the number, if this is not true, we come to this one. Number is greater than or equals to 20 and number is less than or equals to 30. Like I said, you remember the end. If this is true and this is true, it will give you a true. But if at least one of them are false, yeah, it's a false buffet. It's a false. Same with here. So here it's just creating a beginning and an end, you know. Yeah, so that we could print our not in our scope. I hope you guys get that. I hope you guys get that. I hope you guys get that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. Let me check how long this has been going. This has also gotten so long, guys. I guess we will have to do loops next time. Thank you for tuning in again, guys. This has been episode 3, Python Basics on Pydroid. I will be leaving all this code on my GitHub. I'll post the link in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my page. This has been Melusi Makola. Thank you very much and ciao. Program finished.